This is the MCTV Weekday Update.
Welcome to today's MCTV Weekday Update from the College of Media and Communication. I'm Katherine McBee.
And I'm Tanner Tate. Texas Tech's first Reaching Audiences conference was held earlier this week. It's a two-day event bringing experts together in the fields of advertising and marketing. The topic of discussion, exploring opportunities in Hispanic media and market research. Reporter Gloria Ogletree has more.
Professors, students, and experts gathered in room 156 of the Media and Communication Building Tuesday to speak about exploring opportunities in Hispanic media and market research. The panel of experts had a lot to say about the different research methods and what their various companies do to gather information on their viewers. The Hispanic media is something that what some of the audience agree to contribute to geography. Getting into the community is one way the host of the panel, Bill Seitzler, says is an easy way for reporters to gain more activity with their viewers, Hispanic or not.
Just get in their damn community, Quit doing all your live shots from around the corner, Get down there, prove to them that you're there, that you want to be an active part of their community. It's all of our community.
Seitzler says he jumped at the opportunity to speak at this lecture series because he is a Tech alum.
On the advisory board, went to school here, graduated in 1987. Jerry Hudson was my professor, so whenever Jerry asked me to do stuff, I try to come back and do it.
Reporting for MCTV, I'm Gloria Ogletree.
You might think environmentalists and economists don't always get along, but some Texas Tech experts are looking to bridge that gap with a couple of ideas. It's better to work together than apart, and money talks. I looked into the issue, and this is what I found. Environmental issues such as the threat to a species or water shortage could have been managed if precautions were taken beforehand. Michael Farmer, an associate professor in the College of Agricultural Sciences and Natural Resources, said often an issue reaches the point of crisis before something is done.
The problem is, in my view, is that they almost never need to happen. And at the end of the day, an environmental economist like myself say, gee, if we had just done that 30 years ago, we'd be better economically and we'd have a better ecology. So we have a practice often that will not be so good for the environment, but also really not as good for the economy as it might be otherwise.
Dr. Robert Tidwell, the curator of historical collections at the National Ranching Heritage Center, said that ranchers are more than willing to address environmental issues when the solutions are agreed upon with mutual respect.
If there are going to be any kind of strategies related to preserving the environment or managing the rangeland, it's always best to work with them, not tell them what you are going to do, but addressing it an issue out of a position of mutual respect.
For MCTV, I'm Katherine McBee.
Drinking and driving is common in college towns like Lubbock, and unfortunately the consequences are too. Lubbock has been in the top 5 of DWI warrants among major counties in Texas. Reporter Brad Cisak has more on how Lubbock fares when it comes to getting behind the wheel.
With the fear of getting a DWI looming over them, college students, like Zach Hummel, are becoming more cautious when out partying.
Just after I've been drinking, I'll second guess, whether or not I should or shouldn't be driving. If I have reached that point, I know I'm not going to drive anymore, and I'll leave my truck wherever it needs to be, and I'll get home some other way, or I'll stay with somebody close to the bars.
Stephen Hamilton, a lawyer in Lubbock, Texas, said he thinks the group of drivers between the ages of 18 and 34 produce the most DWIs, but is not sure if a university factors in.
Now, obviously, with a university, you're going to have more young people, so that will probably push up the numbers of people who are actually arrested for driving while intoxicated. But I think if you went to the Metroplex, or you went to another town, let's say, that had 250,000 people in it, you'd probably see the same breakdown, at least as percentage-wise, that you see maybe in Lubbock.
According to information provided by the Texas Department of Public Safety, in 2010, Lubbock ranked 4th amongst all major counties in Texas with just over 400 DWIs per 100,000 people. That ranks them ahead of both Dallas and Harris County.
Sergeant Jonathan Stewart of the Lubbock Police Department said those figures might not reflect the real statistics.
Just because the arrest numbers may be higher here does not necessarily mean that we have more, just that maybe we're catching more.
According to the Texas Department of Motor Vehicles website, A first offense for a driver who is 21 and over carries penalties of a fine up to $2,000, possibly 72 hours to 180 days in jail, and suspension of the person's driver's license for 90 days up to 1 year. Hamilton said it is rare for a DWI case to go to trial in Lubbock County.
It could go to a trial. I mean, a lot of cases are resolved one way or another without going to a trial. Probably, I would think, less than 10% of all cases in Lubbock County actually go to trial.
Troy Finley, a senior biochemistry major at Texas Tech, said he recently saw a driver getting arrested for a DWI.
Yes, actually about a month ago, I saw someone like right outside of a friend's apartment, and it was like for like about an hour, and they were getting a DWI. It was a long process, and as far as them, you know, as far as like them getting out of the car and checking the car and researching like and things like that. But yes, I have seen someone actually get a DWI before.
Stephen Pence, a senior marketing major at Texas Tech, said he usually has some kind of plan when he drinks with his friends.
And I guess we kind of have it in our mind that whoever is not drinking that much is probably going to drive, but most of the time we will set up something where someone is going to be the driver, so they'll take it a little bit more, they'll take the night easier, or we'll go take a ride with Safe Ride.
Reporting for The Hub, I'm Brad Cisak.
So, Catherine, I think we're in for some nice weather in Lubbock this weekend.
That's right, Tanner, and if you're still in town, you can continue to expect warm temperatures in the forecast. Tomorrow's temperatures are expected to reach into the upper 70s with a 30% chance of rain.
Saturday, temps will reach into the upper 60s with wind gusting up to 25 miles per hour. Then temperatures will dip into the 50s on Sunday.
So do you have any spring break plans coming up?
As a matter of fact, I do. I'm going to go down to Galveston for a little bit and then maybe go to the Houston Rodeo. I'm not sure. What about you?
Great. I'm going to Vegas for a few days and then I'm going to come back and work.
All right, that sounds like fun.
Yeah.
Lose some money.
Hopefully not. Well, that's all for today's edition of MCTV Weekday Update. I'm Katherine McBee.
And I'm Tanner Tate. Thanks for joining us and have a great spring break.